AI influencers. It is one of the hottest topics right now. And it is not only about AI influencers, it is also about creating a consistent character that looks the same through all your images. You probably already know some famous AI influencers like Aitana Lopez, Lil Miquela, and of course Olivia Blum. So it is not a surprise that some of these are actually making a good amount of money. Okay, but maybe you don't care about AI influencers. Maybe you need a consistent character for a movie, your artwork, maybe your comic or your next marketing campaign. Well, whatever you need your character for, today I'm going to show you how to create consistent and realistic looking AI characters and AI influencers. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know Olivia, and I will show you how to create an AI influencer like Olivia. So this is a very simple and beginner-friendly step-by-step tutorial. We will break it down into 3 steps. First, we need to create the base images. You can use Midjourney for that or any other AI image generation tool. Since I know a lot of you use Midjourney, I will also show you how to do that in Midjourney. Second, we will use these base images that we created with Midjourney, for example, and train our first fine-tuned model with scenario. And after that, we will be able to create our first consistent images. Last but not least, I will show you how to fix any mistakes or flaws of our AI-generated images, and we will also use scenario for that. You will find all links to these tools in the description, so feel free to use them. Also, I will give you some extremely important tips after all of that, so it will be definitely worth watching till the end. All right, let's start creating. So, to speed things a little bit up, I've already prepared something yesterday, and at this point, you should already know how your AI influencer or your AI character should look like. I went for a woman with white curly hair, green eyes, dark skin, and these were my parameters inside of Midjourney. Of course, you can repeat the job, and I think I like the last 3 images. They look kind of similar to me, which is perfect because now I have 3 images. And feel free to create as many images as you want till you have your perfect images. Don't forget to upscale them because what we will do next is a variation. So we do this because now we have 3 images, but this is actually not enough because we need at least 5 images for the training. You can choose between very subtle and very strong. This is how it will look like with very subtle, like here. And this is how very strong looks like, which is perfect because now we have some actually variation of our AI character without losing consistency. We have some of her left face and some images of her right face. And of course, you can repeat that. You just upscale one image that you like. And then you can again hit very strong, very subtle. What we will do next is zoom out. We need a good balance of close-up shots and body shots of our AI character for the training inside of scenario. That's why we will use the zoom out feature inside of Midjourney. So, and this is how it will look like, right? And now, same game again, upscale your image, choose one you like, and then again, very strong, very subtle. You can make again a zoom out, or you can also make a custom zoom. Maybe you don't want to zoom it out 2 times, then just go for 1.1. And what you can also do is go to the prompt section here and type in what you want to see in the zoom out area. As I said, you can repeat that till you have a good amount of images, like here. So this is a very basic prompt, and I would highly recommend you to start with a basic prompt and you can always add or edit some new tokens to your prompt. But at this point, I think it would make totally sense to try out new prompts. Maybe you want to add some different clothing, or you want to try out like different shots, like a full body shot or a long shot. And of course, feel free to try out some more complex prompts like this one here. But keep in mind, if you go for longer prompts, you might lose some consistency over your AI character. And that is why we use image prompts. The URL here is actually an image prompt. And when I click on it, it will show me the image prompt that I used. It is very easy to use image prompts in Midjourney. You just go to an image that you want to use as an image prompt. You click on it and right click, and then you just copy the image URL. So now you just have to paste the image URL inside of the prompt section. Don't forget to add your text prompt. And your image weight. The image weight will tell Midjourney how much the image should be weighted compared to your text prompt. So 1 would be the default setting, and if you say I want my image prompt to be more weighted than my text prompt, then you would go for a higher number than 1, for example 0.5 or 2. If you want the text prompt to be more weighted or more important, then you will go for a number under 1. That's why I went for 0.4. So the images look good, but they don't look like hair. And we can fix that by adding a seed. This is how a seed looks like. And every image has its own seed. And by adding a seed, we can tell Midjourney how our new generated images should look like. Okay, let me show you how to get your seed. Go to an upscaled image, this one for example, and what you do now is you just click on the 3 dots and then you react to your image with the envelope emoji. Midjourney will then send you a message with the job ID and the image seed. So now you should have your seed, and what you can do now is play a little bit around with the numbers here, right? With the image weight numbers. I went for a higher number because I wanted the images to look a little bit more closer to my main image, to my base image. And as you can see here, 0.7. And I think the second one nailed it actually. And now again, it's the same game as before. You can very strong, very subtle. You can zoom out, and I went for a zoom out. And then again, same game as I told you. Zoom out. And that is how to get more variation of your images. And here's an important tip. So something that you probably should do at the beginning, choose a main image, right? Go for an image that you really like. Let's say I will choose this one as my main image or as my base image. Just open it here in a new tab, and then I will leave this tab here open. And whenever I create new images inside of Scenario, I can just go back to my base image or to my main image, and then I can compare my new images. And yeah, that way I can make sure to create actually consistent images that look like my AI character. Perfect. There's only one last step to do before we start with the actual training. we need square images for the training inside of scenario, right? So you can crop them inside of scenario. This is no problem at all because as you can see, this one here has the aspect ratio 2 to 3. You can crop the images, you can use also a cropping tool, but then you're probably gonna lose some kind of content, right? Maybe you're gonna lose some kind of body parts because you need to crop that out to create a square image. There is a better solution for that. You can use the make square button here inside of Midjourney. You just press the make square, which I did, and as you can see, you will get square images. All right, so now it is time to download your square images. And I personally think I'm actually very happy with my images. I think they look good. Perfect. So we can start with the training. Okay, guys, let's get to the fun part because this is where the magic happens here. By the way, you will find all links of the AI tools in the description. And let me introduce you a little bit to scenario because there's actually a lot going on here, as you can see. And today we will focus on these three here. So models, images, and canvas. We will go to models right here. So here you will see a lot of amazing platform models with different styles and settings that you can use. You will find even more beautiful community models right here, which is amazing because you can also use the different styles here that Scenario offers you. And of course, you can also use the basic Stable Diffusion models if you want to, right here. So you have the option between Stable Diffusion XL and Stable Diffusion 1.5. So you can be actually really creative with scenario, but for now we will create our own model right here. Now you can choose between training your own model or start composing different models together, right? And we will start training our own model. Let's give our model a new name. I will call her Helium. Don't ask me why. Version 1. We choose the model type Stable Diffusion LoRA, and we will also work with the presets and of course the character preset. You will also see some advanced settings here, but don't worry too much about them. Working with the preset is actually perfect. Upload your images. So I will choose my images from Midjourney. Yes, and Scenario will now ask you if you want to crop any images, but we don't need to do that since our images already have the perfect aspect ratio. Nice. So we confirm and hit upload images again. Now we need to describe our images. I highly recommend you to use a unique token and the base description for every image. For example, helium would be my unique token, and a woman with white curly hair and green eyes would be my base prompt. So what I will do next is I copy my unique token and my base prompt and paste it to every other image. Amazing. So we are actually almost done. The last thing we need to do is to describe the overall image. What kind of shot or maybe what she is wearing, right? You don't want to over describe your image, but you can still add some details. For example, here she's wearing a black dress, medium shot. Let's say it's a medium shot, and then here I would probably just add close-up shot. And I will actually like to do it here more on the front, right? Do that for all your images. Okay, I'm done with my description and now I will start the training. So the model is now in training. This can take between 15 to 25 minutes. It actually depends on how many images you have uploaded for the training. So I think I will grab a coffee and see you in a bit. Okay, our training should be done, and I'm already excited to test out our new model. So we just go here to models and choose the model that we just created. Then you will see here all your images that you created with this model. Since we don't have any, we will start to generate with this model. And now let's describe our first prompt. We will add our unique token and the base prompt. A woman with white curly hair and green eyes. Let's describe a scenario on a yacht, maybe a medium shot, candid pose. Here you can choose how much influence your model should actually have on the image. And I would highly recommend you to use negative prompts. So add anything that you don't want to see. I like to add blurry, right? I don't want any blurry images, error, distortions, extra fingers. We don't want that, right? And since I want to go with realistic images, I will also add cartoon and anime, and you can add more if you want to. Now let's go to the settings. Here you can choose how many images you want to generate. I will go with 4 for now. And the sampling steps. So if you go for a higher number, you will also go with the better quality of the images, but it will probably take longer for the images to generate. The dimensions and the guidance. So how much weight your prompt should have over the image generation. For the beginning, I would choose default, right? You have many options here. Let's choose default for now and hit generate. And as you can see, they look amazing. Actually, exactly how I wanted them to look like. And you know what? Let's try out some more. Shot from the back, fashion pose. Let's change the clothing. So I skipped the waiting time. Nice. They look really good. So, but this one stands a little bit out, right? Because her face looks a little bit off. No problem at all. We can fix that inside of scenario right here. So we will click edit in canvas. You can choose your model here. Of course, we will choose helium. and then you hit the create button. This is the AI Canva, and it is my favorite tool right now because you can do a lot here. But for now, we will focus on fixing her face. And to do that, we need to apply a mask. So we will choose a brush, choose your brush size, and then apply a mask over her face. And now we need to change the value here. You don't actually need to, but I like to stay at least about 9 or higher, right? When I change her face. And so then we will change the prompt because the dress is not important actually here. On a yacht, probably also not. You don't need to change your prompt actually, but I would recommend you that. And then you just need to make sure to choose your sampling steps. And when it comes to the face, I actually like to go for higher numbers, right? And hit generate. Now you can choose between your images, and I personally think I will choose this one here. And if you don't like them, no problem, just cancel, maybe change your prompt, right? And then you can generate new images. I will hit select for now. Delete your mask so you can take a closer look. This was before, and this is how it looks now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I created some more images to show you how easy it is to create consistent and stunning images of your AI character. You don't need to focus anymore on the consistency. You can just start creating your images straight away. And if some of them turn out a little bit odd, no problem at all. You can easily fix that inside of Scenario with the AI Canva. It's easy and it's currently free, so go ahead and try it. I think you guys can tell why I love Scenario, and I'm sure you all will love it too. So, before we end this tutorial, let me give you some last tips. Retrain your models. Take the images that you created now with Scenario and your base images and retrain a model with all these images. You will be blown away by the quality and consistency. Upscale your images. Use tools like Magnific AI or use the Scenario Upscaler that will be released very soon. The difference is actually huge and your images will look very realistic when you upscale them. Keep it simple at the beginning, and after you have created your first images, go for more complex workflows. You will find more complex workflows in my description. Explore the scenario models. They are putting a lot of work into these models, and you will be surprised by the quality and consistency of these images that these models generate. And as I said, you can be very creative with these models. You can also create base images with just one prompt. Use ChatGPT to create a consistent character like Chase did here in this example. And the most important tip, leave a like, subscribe and stay tuned because more video tutorials are coming very soon. Now, go ahead and create your first consistent character. See you next time.